I'm going to have a birthday next week, and
oh, great.
And I wonder, like, I always feel like that's like my year, the beginning of my year.
Yes, your new year.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I wonder if you have any suggestions on, I mean, I usually do inner work or project out or whatever, but I just wonder what you think is a good thing.
Well, I'd have to start by saying that we have a wonderful session of the Light Institute. It's a short session, 40 minutes to an hour, that's specifically for birthdays, in which we ask the higher self, the birthday higher self, to take us into any dimension or frequency of energy that will support our lives for the next year. And so it takes us up and expands our awareness so that we can bring into the body that sense of life force, of vibration that makes anything possible and everything new. We also allow the body to communicate and say what it wants for the next year. And so it's all about the gifts to us. It's all about the energies that are beyond our daily lives. And that's my favorite thing. I just gave one of those a couple of days ago. And they are so breathtaking. You never know what kind of interface you have that will support your life that you didn't know you were getting support from, or expansion of consciousness. I think it's very important on our birthdays because from the moment of our birth for about 6 weeks, it is really the highest time of the year for us. And so it's important to think to ourselves, what do I want this next year? Even if you write that down, be so mental as to write that down and to put it under your pillow for a year or whatever. But to really focus on, this is what I wish for this year. For the body, for the consciousness, for all levels of your being. And I think that it's important to really expand out and say, this is what belongs to me. This is what I can imagine that sets a frequency for the next year. And definitely it's important to, in any way that you love, be in contact with the highest octave. When we do the birthday session, we are not clearing. We are not looking at what needs to be cleaned out. We are only looking at what's the highest octave and bringing it in through the body, consciousness, into this manifest world. So congratulations. It is a new year for you. And I also recommend, if your parents are alive, then it's still a moment to send them color, to be grateful and thankful that however it turned out, however it was, they did give you body. And they gave you body because you asked them to. And so when you extend, what color do you need from me to come to balance in my life, and you draw that in and extend it to them, and you feel the blessing of being born, of being into this world. It facilitates you in clearing karma. It facilitates the level at which you connect with their souls, because they're always soul friends, so that it shifts the potential. I began this work because I discovered that you could be 60 and still working it out with your parents. Even if you thought you had great parents, you're still being whatever they said you'd be, or all of that stuff. And so it's very, very important to clear the parents, whether they are in body or not. And so the more that you acknowledge them, the more you free yourself to be you. When a parent dies, you inherit them. And that's why I've noticed that people become more like their parents the older that they get. And we want to observe that and use the power of choice. In other words, inherit the best aspects of those beings who presented themselves as parents to you. And so I think it's very important to honor the parents.